which is very interesting. They're saying it's very mysterious that this power outage happened. When if it was just like a technical difficulty, you'd think they'd say like, oh, like a transformer went or like some AI thing happened or a fucking truck crashed into a building. But instead, they literally say it's mysterious. They are priming you. It's all but we saw leave the world behind. We saw Iran posting videos of AI Lego of Russian, Chinese, and Iranian hackers. Okay, something strange is coming around the corner, and they're slow drip, slow releasing it and getting you to expect it. And that's also, by the way, why all of these apocalyptic movies have been based in the major cities and whatnot. Of course, you may be thinking, well, where else are they going to film it? But like you got 2012, Independence Day, you got, what's the one? The Day After Tomorrow, all these movies, so many, that's like 3 I can think of. I don't even watch movies anymore because it's all propaganda and conditioning anyway. But my point is that, dude, something strange is coming around the corner, and I don't want you to be afraid of it because you should basically expect it. They're going to try to pull something to try to bring in the New World Order because they're scared because we're all waking up. Don't you think you know a lot more now about what's going on than you did like 2 years ago? Also, we have the alien shit coming around the corner as well. So you have to keep your head on a swivel for that. So listen, there's a lot more I want to mention about the power outage and what people think is coming around the corner with actual rolling blackouts. It's a little bit shocking, but I don't want to mention it on here only because I have got gimped before on Instagram for literally just talking about fluoride. And we're about to talk about a lot more than that. They do not want you knowing this. We're streaming on Rumble right now for this reason, which is free to download, free to watch, and free speech. It's at the link in my bio. Click the link in my bio. Come on over to Rumble. By the way, on Rumble, there's documentaries that you cannot get on YouTube because they've been deleted and banned. I'm not even joking. Like there's no copyright for some reason on Rumble. Like I could be listening to like I could watch a movie on Rumble, streaming it, and you don't get a copyright. YouTube is strange like that. Anyway, so Rumble, it's at the link in my bio. It's free to download, free to watch, free speech. If you make an account on there, it takes 2 seconds. And then you're able to comment as well. But you also don't need an account or an app. Behind the Music said, I don't have Rumble. You don't need Rumble. You can watch it from your browser, but the viewing experience is a lot better on the app. You can, unlike YouTube, you can leave the app and it still play the video, kind of like Twitter does too, right? Anyway, so we're live on Rumble right now, guys. Come on over. We'll talk about the blackouts and all the shocking situations that are unfolding, plus the energy crisis. But don't worry, the good guys win in the end, but it will get a little bit weirder before we do. I will say that. Alternatively, you could go comment the word Rumble on any one of my posts, not this live, but any post. If you comment the word Rumble on my page, on a post, you get the link sent directly to your DMs, to my live stream. So you can do that as well. But just click the link in my bio. Everyone from Australia, come over too, because we have to discuss that. And I hope to see you guys all on Rumble. We can also get we do Q&As there as well. Yeah, Caleb, there was a blackout, and it was in Orange County. It's not yet a California-wide blackout. But if I remember correctly, Klaus Schwab said, wouldn't it be bad if there was a cyber attack? Like, who the fuck said, that's kind of like saying, wouldn't it be bad if, like, the sun didn't come out tomorrow? You know what I mean? Like, it's obvious. Why did he say that? Because it's part of a plan. This is written, man. Priscilla, we're leaving because it's better to do. Yeah, I did like your video today. Shout out to Coincidence Yo Yi. He posted a video of chemtrails today, and they're spraying us, man. I don't know if we're still wrapping our heads around this, but they are indeed spraying us. Sorry to say. We need to talk about that. Okay, guys, so we're live on Rumble. I hope to see all of you guys there. It's at the link in my bio. And Priscilla, we're live on Rumble because it's free speech. All right? Much love, everyone. We'll see you there. Welcome, everyone, to freaking Rumble right now, guys. What's going on? You're welcome, Nolan, or Nolan, Danny, welcome, Danny. Shout out to Luther. So he's in South Orange County. He said it was really creepy outside. Let me ask you this. When the power went out, did your phone still have service? I'm sure it likely did, because I think that all the cell towers, or most of them, have like backup generators so that if the power goes out, you still have service. Like, I've never had a power outage here and not had cell service. But I have had power outages here where I go plug my generator in. So then, boom, the house lights up. I got power, but the internet is still out. But sometimes the power goes out. I get the generator going and the internet is working. And that's the best. That is the best combination. Because if I get the generator back on and then it's like there's still no internet, it's like, damn, like, shit. Like I had stuff to do. But when you have your generator on and you get internet back with it, it's like you freaking made it, man. So anyway, we should have generators, but also we should have oil. Like I'm thinking of going and getting a bunch of engine oil, like years worth, a bunch of jugs, like a couple oil changes worth, and chainsaw oil and bar oil and even used engine oil. Because if you get an old diesel car, this is what I'm watching, dude. Like if there's gonna be shortages, you can get an old diesel car or truck and do a couple tweakings and get it to run on used engine oil that's been filtered. Some will run on friggin' nail polish, man. I know we're not all going to do that, but I'm just saying with this energy crisis looming, it is a little bit shocking. So here's the crazy part. They tell us that this is what I mentioned when I just at the beginning of this live, but you guys, I think I was muted. So you guys on Rumble might not have heard, but literally California, Orange County gets a power outage, 100,000 people grid down, right? Eerie. Like, could you imagine? Don't imagine this because I don't want you to picture it, like to help manifest it. But could you imagine if, like a gigantic city lost? Like, I feel like it would become chaotic quite quickly. Like, I know there's a dichotomy where actually in natural disasters, like in North Carolina and Hurricane Helene, like everyone came out to help each other, right? Everyone came out, moved trees out of the way, helped grannies around, saved people, you know. So there's this dichotomy, but I feel like in a gigantic city with so many people packed like sardines, all of a sudden, zoom, grid down, that would be a little bit shocking. You know what I mean? Like people probably go a bit wild. They don't have a TV to stare at. They don't have TikTok to scroll, unless actually if the cell towers were on, maybe they would be sane. But I'm just saying, like even Toronto, I'm thinking like if Toronto, the grid went down, not a single light on, it'd get fucking weird pretty quick. Excuse my French. So listen, this is the weird part though. The mainstream news literally said that it's mysterious. Why would they say it's mysterious unless they're adding to the, look, we got massive wildfires in Nebraska. We have a gigantic egg farm that caught fire the day after that. We have massive flooding in Hawaii and parts of Australia right now, by the way. And at the same time, missiles sending back and forth in the Middle East. The Strait of Hormuz is closed. Energy lockdowns are happening. And threats of Iran cutting undersea internet cables and cyber attacking the US. And probably any other country that aids Israel, by the way. Like, I'm pretty sure in that AI video I saw, if you're aiding Israel right now, you're probably going to be a target to either Russia, China, or Iran. Now, let me be clear. There is a Illuminati controlling all of these countries. And the way you know that is that every country did the same thing during, this is one of the ways you know that. Every country did the same thing during 2020. Iranians got vaxxed. Russians got vaxxed. Every country vaxxed, lockdown. Every country, this is also how you know, by the way, should lockstep get you to figure out that there is an evil plan in all these countries against their citizens, is that there are cell towers beaming unsafe levels of electromagnetic frequencies at everyone's brain who lives in every single country. China, they got 1 billion of them. Cuba has cell towers. Grenada has cell towers. Of course, you may be thinking, well, of course, that's how you get like internet there. Did you know they could be emitting different frequencies, different bandwidths? There's a different way to get cell service, to get data on your phone without being exposed, without it being actually damaging to your DNA and your brain function. And this is what Nikola Tesla was all about. Wireless, safe, free energy, free transmission of data. That's what Nikola Tesla was trying to do. Which, circling back, that's also how you know this energy crisis is fake and engineered. I'm not saying there's not a shortage of oil. Like, yeah, no boats are going through the Strait of Hormuz. But what I'm saying is there's alternative means of energy generation that are suppressed from the public, including, but not limited to, Victor Schauberger's stuff, Elon. Definitely not Elon. Nikola Tesla's stuff, and what, like Stanley Meyer with the water-powered car, they're keeping technology and advancements in energy generation out of our hands because they want us dependent on oil, and now they're pulling the plug on oil. So anyways, very strange that it's a mysterious power outage in Orange County. Now, I will say this. Orange County also had an unfortunate situation happen a couple months ago where there's some river that flows through the middle of that county, I guess, which, by the way, if Sunny is listening right now, guys, there's a girl on here named Sunny, a woman named Sunny. She designed the Orange County flag in 1968 in 11th grade, and she's on our lives on Rumble, by the way. So we have like an artist freaking, it's cool. So anyway, they're spraying BLACKOUT, or was it atrazine? They're spraying some crazy chemical in the big culvert that goes through Orange County to like get rid of weeds, because the weeds grab onto dirt, and then when it floods, it'll plug, and then it will really flood. Anyway, they're spraying like a bajillion pounds, so no one's supposed to swim in the outflow of that creek anymore, and it's horrifying. Now listen, they do want your pineal gland calcified. They do want you to be scared. They do want you to be full of heavy metals and pesticides and other strange things, by the way, like what they're spraying in chemtrails. But the key here is that you do not want to, you can't be afraid. Do not fear. Do not be afraid. If you have an inkling of fear, that should just remind you that either, well, for one, your faith could use some improvement, but you'll get there. But also that you may not fully understand how big this thing is. If you understood how big this thing is, what forces are pitted against each other, you would realize there is nothing to fear. I understand the rational concerns about, like, what about our kids? Like, what's coming around the corner? They're trying to do all this fucked up shit. I get that. But do not fear. And put on the freaking armor of God, dude. Seriously. Because they're doing all this satanic stuff. They obviously worship Satan. And they want you thinking there's no God, there's no creator, and you came from a random explosion. Okay? So anyways, it looks like a product, eh, Alyssa? That's hilarious. So listen. Before we get into what just happened at the Potomac, where is it? Hold on a second. DC airspace. Before I talk to you about the DC airspace, another freaking domino in this whole thing, because they're trying to shake us up, man. They're trying to keep us in a lowered state. They're trying to disrupt us. I wanted to mention, it is more important now than ever before to be of sound mind and sound body. Detox the chemicals, the contaminants, all this stuff. Get it out of your system. Boost your vitality. On tonight's live, we are giving away 3 or 4 bags of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, the chocolate powder. We are giving these away for free today, $100 value. It's certified heirloom, so it's the original cacao, and they actually genetically tested it. It's proven. And it's heavy metal tested, and it's certified organic. So no strange chemicals or pesticides or synthetic fertilizers go into the creation of this beautiful superfood as well. So we're giving away 3 or 4 bags of the chocolate powder. The way the deal works, it is first come, first serve. So we're not going to be able to do this the entire live, but for the first few, we can do this. The website is chalk.com. That goes to choq.com. Chalk is based in Texas. They ship out of Georgia, and they have an all-American customer service team, and they have over 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. Shout out to Nolan, who puts the chocolate in his coffee. I had a chocolate in my coffee this morning. I have it probably every other day because I also always usually have a chocolate at night, like a hot chocolate. Heirloom cacao stimulates stem cell production. It has a ton of antioxidants believed to decalcify the pineal gland. It is a true superfood. So that's the chocolate powder. The way the deal works to get the free lid. Yeah, Ashley, that's hilarious. To get the free lid, you go to chalk.com. Make sure you click that link so you're first in line. Yes, you can, Dialed. I'll do a live stream in the forest at some point once it gets a little bit warmer, perhaps. Or I'll make like a fort and I'll live stream in a fort in the woods. Would you guys watch that? Let me know. Delta said it's a blood cleanser. Dude, Delta knows because he's from Jamaica, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. Well, he's from Georgia, but like he lived in Jamaica a bunch. He started an organic farm. And yes, cacao, there's a reason why it was sworn by the Aztecs and the Mayans. Okay, so to get the free lit, at chalk.com, the #1 superfood, which, by the way, Delta, what's very interesting, I found out tonight about Shilajit. So chalk Shilajit, #1 superfood for men and women. It's a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It stimulates the production of new brain cells, which increases memory, concentration, and focus. It's extremely pro-fertile. For guys, it boosts sperm count and sperm motility. For girls, it calibrates your endocrine system and it boosts your reproductive organ function. But what I found out is fulvic minerals, of course, there's fulvic acid in shilajit, right? Fulvic minerals are like literally one of the most powerful compounds in the natural world for detoxification and brain function and hormones and fertility. They call it the destroyer of weakness in ancient India. And also, where else? I mean, it's been traded on the Silk Road for thousands of years. The Russian military secretly studied shilajit. So this is the way you get the free $100 bags of chocolate. We have 3 or 4 bags. If you go to chalk.com and you put the male or female vitality stack in your cart, which is the most potent combination of superfoods for men and women. If you put the male or female stack in your cart and you apply the discount code 26life, you get a lifetime 26% off discount, which you can cancel or modify at any time. And if you place your order on the live, automatically you're going to get the free bag of lit included in your order. The one that's in the male and female stack is the organic ashwagandha, which has, well, for one, it's 14 times as potent as conventional ashwagandha that's found on Amazon. So you got to watch out. Even grocery store ashwagandha, most of it's farmed in China. Ours is way more potent. It's certified organic. It massively increases melatonin production, so you get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it. And it's pro-fertile, pro-hormone, and increases healthy mood and focus. The one thing everyone says about the ashwagandha is the massive increase in sleep quality, which is a big deal because we're just talking about frequencies. If they're cranking up the cell towers at night, which apparently they are, by the way, that disrupts your melatonin production. You get a less rejuvenative, less restorative sleep if you have less melatonin. It's imperative to have optimal melatonin levels. And you get that by not by taking melatonin. That's synthetic. Take ashwagandha. It supports your body's ability to produce your own melatonin. And that's how you get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it. Also, before the DC thing, just so you know, this came out in the 1990s. They did a study. The soil today, even on organic farms, has less than 10% of the full matrix of minerals than it is supposed to have. So it's supposed to be 102 minerals make up the human body. Healthy food should have an abundance of all the minerals. But today, even if you're eating 100% organically, you're getting less than 10% of the full spectrum of minerals. Every single mineral is supposed to ignite a different biological process in the body, and every single vitamin requires a mineral to activate it. So you could take all the vitamin B12, 17, B, whatever, any single every vitamin. You could take every vitamin in the world. If you're not getting the minerals, you cannot absorb or utilize them. So keep your head on a swivel. That's why the chalk minerals are in abundance in the purified shilajit and in the wild crafted Irish moss. And of course, in the straight up chalk minerals. There's also a chalk minerals on the website as well. So we have a bunch of people on the site right now. Just a reminder, you put the male or female vitality stack in your cart. You apply the discount code 26life. You can cancel or modify your subscription at any time, and you'll get the free lit if you place it on the live. Now, keep in mind, there is a bunch of people on the site. So, and I'm going to shout out the live on Instagram again in a little bit here too. We'll have a bunch more people on. So we will end up giving away those free bags, but I can hold slots for people if you guys mention. Just Ducky said, what code were we supposed to use on chalk.com? Ducky, it's 26LIFE, 26life. I'll paste it again in the chat. And you put that on the subscription, not the one-time order. So that 26life discount, you apply it on your subscription and it drops the price 26% off for life, which, like I said, you can cancel or modify at any time, your subscription. But keep in mind, a ton of the clinically studied benefits are based on consistent consumption over 90 days. Yes, I do. Frankie Cutlass, great question. He said, what percentage of the fulvic acid is in the purified shilajit? Last I heard, it was between 50 to 60% on average fulvic acid percent, which is huge if you consider that most shilajit tar resins have like 10 or 12%. It's shocking, dude. So we do have an actual legit pure. And by the way, Frankie Cutlass, I'm like certain the guy's closet is full of freaking chalk. Like he's a regular. I think Frankie must take chalk. Alyssa said, look up the paraquat spill in Doris, California. They are asking for symptoms. Wow, they spilled paraquat in California. California, which is supposed to be the like bread basket of the United States, the garden of, what do they call the California because it grows so much food? Delta said his friend is a 3 times world champion boxer. Wow, your friend Andrew Tate takes Shilajit. Are you saying he said my friend's 3 times world champion boxer and swears by Shilajit? Dude, Bruce Lee swears by Shilajit, swore by Shilajit. Okay, hold on a second. McMahon just said, did you see Bill Gates' Instagram post where he's hitting a light switch? No, I didn't. Let me look at that right now. Hold on a second. Are you serious, dude? Oh, he has me blocked. No, I'm just kidding. It'd be fucking weird if he did. Okay, so he hits the light switch. He turns it on. Blah, blah, fucking Bill Gates. And look, he turns... Dude, his comments have been turned off since literally like 2021 because people were calling him all kinds of names and different things about him. Just so you guys know too, because someone asked this on the last live, the Shilajit that's in the male and female stack is a potentiator, and I'm sure Delta knows this. It increases the potential of any other herb or superfood that's taken with it. So we're talking about max detox, max rejuvenate, and max vitality. That's what you get if you're taking Shilajit, ashwagandha, Irish moss, that's the female stack, or the Chalk Daily, which has Shilajit in it, the Tongkat 100, which is wildcrafted Tongkat Ali from Malaysia, and that one boosts free testosterone 87% in 21 days. So ladies, if you're listening to this, let's say you have a boyfriend or a husband. Let's factor in here with the chemtrails, with the tap water. Do you think your husband or boyfriend could benefit from an 87% boost in free testosterone in 21 days? The reason I ask it like that is because yesterday someone ordered a male and female stack for them and their partner. They planned on conceiving at some point and thought maybe boosting their fertility and detoxing a bunch of crazy stuff and, upgrading their DNA would be a good thing. And I'm thinking like some guys on here, for example, if your girl took birth control or ate a normal diet for XYZ amount of years, she may massively benefit from taking Shilajit as well, to detox this stuff out of you and boost your vitality. I mean, a lot of people too, like I have my dad taking the Action 2.0. The Action 2.0 at Chalk's the #1 heart health superfood because he got the injection, even though I told him not to. And I wanted to make sure his heart was still giving her. So the Action 2.0 promotes healthy circulation, healthy blood oxygenation, and healthy blood flow. I got him on the Action 2.0. It's interesting. And I will say this too, with all this crazy economic collapse shits around the corner, fiat currency versus 100 pounds of Shilajit. Like, what would you rather have? A bunch of paper or plastic money that could be devalued at any time, or a real tangible thing that actually has massive benefits, like purified Shilajit? I mean, it's interesting, man, because you saw what happened in Venezuela. You needed a whole friggin' backpack full of bills to buy a loaf of bread. They devalued the shit out of the currency. I don't even know how I know Confessions of an Economic Hitman, if you ever seen that or read that book or heard about the book. Shout out to Butterdog, man. Yeah, action is strong, dude. What are you going to do with paper when there's a reset? Exactly, Butter. Exactly, man. I mean, and this is all because human consciousness is raising so fast that they need to try to slow it down. But I can tell you, the faster they try to slow it down, the faster it wakes up. So all of this is actually good. Like you may be thinking, oh, this is like scary and bad. I would say, this is good. It's going to wake people up faster, just like COVID did, man. Because we live off herbs yeah, exactly, Delts. Exactly, man. Yeah, Dialed, if you turn the light switch off, I'd be like, oh, we're going to be shutting down the power. But he turned it on and then yapped about... Dude, I have a book that I would never post about on Instagram because it's probably censorable and whatnot. But it's called The Wind Farm Scam. And it's about how wind farms are a complete scam. They do not generate the amount of energy it takes to make one. It takes 25 years for a wind turbine to produce the amount of electricity that it took to make it. You should see how big these things are, dude. It's a gigantic operation to build a wind turbine. And they're so inefficient. Solar too, the amount of energy it takes. Like, dude, yes, I would do solar to be off grid somewhere. But the thing that's whack about solar is that the batteries don't last forever and the panels don't last forever. And it's like, unless you're like a Victor Schauberger or a Nikola Tesla, even with solar, like you're kind of dependent on the system to be able to get solar set up. And then also you're dependent on the system 15 years from now when you need new batteries. Or you go full Amish and don't have electricity. But, you know, you wouldn't need it if we went back to paper and analog. You know, I would be totally fine. Honestly, I literally would be 100% fine going back analog, Amish, oil lamp, candlelight, wood burning. You know what I mean? I don't know problem doing that. On 11 flights since August, I see them all the time. They're massive and they're placed when it takes tons of energy to get them and assemble them. No kidding, Delta. It's freaking wild, man. Well, Frankie, that's right. Never put solar on your house. You got to be nuts. The dirty electricity in there will freaking completely gimp you. Okay, so hold on. Oh, wow. Bill Gates actually follows me. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm going to shout out the live on Instagram real quick. There's going to be another bunch of people on here. If you're on the site right now, quickly get your order placed with that coupon code 26life to get the freebie, because we're about to shout out the live again and have like another 100 people on here, and we will end up giving away the last 3 bags of the lit powder. Just remember the discount code 26life. Boom, bang, bang. Well, yeah, if the alternative, Lou, is to become connected to AI, of course I'd rather go back Amish, you know. But yeah, make sure you apply the discount. Let's quickly shout out the live on Instagram. And hold on a second. We had, yeah, the California blackout, dude. Mysterious. Yeah, I know. Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh yeah, Nebraska fire. That's crazy too. Have you guys been following the fire in Nebraska, man? It's freaking wild. Hold on a sec. In 2025, this guy said in 2026 there'll be fake wars, distractions, corruptions. Pandemic agreement will come into force on the World Health Organization Assembly 2026 May after 60 ratification. Start of 2027. At the end of 2027, you'll see a SARS-CoV-3, which will be COVID-27 for 2028. Worst lockdown. Check my pinned. Hold on a sec. There's all kinds of predictions, but you know what is crazy? There's some. There's a website called 4chan where guys go on there and say, I work in like this intelligence agency and this crazy thing is coming around the corner, yada yada. And then it happens. So there are whistleblowers who post stuff sometimes, man. So what happened to this airport? Hold on a sec. DC airspace closed down. Oh, wow. Unknown emergency. Interesting. Really got to see. Are you serious, man? That's crazy. That's freaking wild. Okay, hold on. Have you seen Netanyahu's speech from the 90s about destruction of the US as this is what we do to countries we hate? Yeah. Was that AI? I wouldn't doubt it if it wasn't AI. Like I'd believe it if it was real, but what the same damn who says that, man? I'm pretty sure Canada sends them a bunch of money too. Okay, hold on. There's just so much happening basically every day right now. You got to stay grounded, man. Get your bare feet on the ground. Take a deep breath. Sleeper cells activating. Ducky, maybe, man. Well, if there was a sleeper cell, I would say that it would be like an intelligence agency plant. Or, yeah, I think mind control would have to be involved. And it would be something connected to the intelligence agencies, like a false flag, basically. You know what I mean? Delta says time shall speed up towards the end days. Really, Delta? Is that true, man? Or is that like a figure of speech, or is that actually like a quote? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Breaking. DC airspace shut down. Tracon evacuated. Wow. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm shouting out the live on Instagram real quick. If you're at chalk.com right now, get your order placed ASAP so you get the free lit, because we will be announcing this special freebie deal to the new people who come in here as well. And someone just got a male vitality stack and an Irish moss, by the way. Congratulations to who just got the male stack and the Irish moss. Great combo. And they're getting the free lit powder, which means we have 2 or 3 bags left to give away. So congratulations to who just got the male stack with the Irish moss. If you're the one who got it on the live right now, comment. They used the code properly too, so they got 26% off for life. You won't see the free lit on your order form, but you will see the lit in the box that's packed up and shipped to your house. So Chalk has been advised anyone who uses this discount code during this live is getting the free lit. I know, I saw that too, Dialed. I wouldn't be surprised if that was like the big news, but then there's like another big news that kind of takes the wind out of the sails to deceive everyone. But I know, I saw that too, Dialed. I thought it'd be something crazier. My father-in-law is protesting ICE, and he has never protested in his 82 years until now, and he is vaxxed and boosted. Yeah, I mean, dude, it is kind of a liberal thing right now to be hating on ICE, but I also think genuinely and honestly, they let millions of people in, illegals, which you can't do in any other country in the world. Then they gaslit the American public to think that it's like mean to not want them in your country illegally. And then they bring ICE out to do these super, super publicized arrests where they go up to these dudes like working on a job site with their like family behind them in the background. And they're like, "You're coming with me." Like, it's so clearly slanted to spice things up, get a race war going, and or cause chaos and disruptions and disturbances, that it's like, yes, in theory, an immigration and customs enforcement agency is like good. They'll keep your border safe. But they weren't allowed or couldn't do shit when Biden was in. Not that Biden would be behind it, but that the powers that be wanted that border open. Trump then, with him being framed as the savior, gets the border closed, but there's now so many in, they got to be kicked out. Then he looks like the bad guy for kicking them. I mean, it's just, you see what I'm saying? That's interesting, Delts. That's crazy, man. If those data had not been shortened. Well, you know what I love? I love that, whatchamacallit, the long day of Joshua in the Bible, when Joshua prayed or asked God to extend the days by stopping the sun and the moon from rotating. And God obliged, and then it was like a period of time where the sun didn't set for a bunch of days in a row, maybe like a week. And the ancient Chinese and ancient Indians or another tribe or another group literally have documented a period of time where the sun didn't set. And it was like really strange and sus. But the weird part is, he didn't ask the earth to stop rotating around the sun. He asked the sun and the moon to stop rotating above the earth. The long day of Joshua, because we're not on a spinning ball. And the sun is not a gigantic ball of fire either. I mean, we can talk about that, man. Yeah, that too, Dialed. Exactly, man. And then, of course, near the day of purification, there will be cobwebs in the sky, woven in the sky, which is what we see right now with the trails all over the place, man. Welcome, everyone. So I don't know if you guys saw, but Washington, D.C. has an air traffic control unit area called, hold on, I got it pulled up right here. Potomac Tracon, the radar facility controlling D.C. area airspace. It has been evacuated for an unknown emergency, which triggered ATC 0. No, I have not seen Hopper. What's Hopper about? ATC 0, which is zero control services from there. FAA ground stops mean no departures until it's lifted. Incoming flights may divert or hold. So they're saying, once again, unknown. Just like the Orange County blackout was mysterious. They didn't tell you. This is the weird thing. If there was just some like transformer that blew or something crazy that happened, the media would be like, oh, don't worry, like a tractor trailer crashed into a transformer and that's why the grid went down for XYZ amount of time. Instead, they literally say, mysteriously, Orange County had a blackout. When everyone's concerned about Iranian sleeper cells and cyber attacks and drones, because they already said drones, you're going to watch out in California, you could get drone strike now because there's an Iranian mothership somewhere. Like, dude. Anyway, lots is popping off, and there's a lot more I would also like to say on this live, but I can't because I just had to spend a whole bunch of money to get my account back, and I don't want to have to do that again because it's also no guarantee that you're getting it back even when you do grease the wheel. So right now we're streaming on Rumble where we don't have to bite our tongues and we can fully speak freely. It's free to download, free speech, and free to watch. If you want to tune in, click the link in my bio, come on over to Rumble. And when you're on Rumble, you'll see that you can watch without a account. You can just watch from your you're good, Nightbird. If you go to Rumble, you can watch just from your browser. But if you make an account or get the app, the viewing experience is better, and you can comment on it. So we are doing a major like Q&A on there as well. But we're covering the war in Iran, which is, you'd be surprised, the angle there, by the way. And also, we're talking about what's happening in Australia now, which is very, very shocking. And I'll tell you this, it probably is the model for what they're trying to do here next as well. So, yeah, dude, Joker, I mean, I'm not going to roast Tyler Hansen, but he did, let's just say his theory may be correct, but he does think way too many people are in the Illuminati, including like regular cool influencers, literally such as myself, who he thinks is in the Illuminati because out of the thousands of videos I've made, in a few of them, when you have a camera on you for that amount of time, those many hours, every once in a while you will like move your hand in front of your eye for a second, and then you're all of a sudden doing the Illuminati logo. Or your hands will do this. Like when you're talking, if you talk with your hands, like talk to an Italian, they go like this, you know, they move their hands all around. And anyway, he inferred that I'm in the Illuminati, and then he blocked me without saying anything to me. So something is maybe a few screws loose, but we're all good. Anyways, guys, come to Rumble right now. It's at the link in my bio. I hope to see all you guys there, and make sure that you make an account so you can comment on it as well. Okay? We hope to see you all on Rumble. That's so true. Killing It said some streamers switch over to the other side for sure. Yes, they do. But like, if I had 1 million viewers and I was trending on every single app and platform, sure, you can question if I'm like in some secret club. But we're not there. You know what I mean? Tyler Hansen, yeah. I know, dude. Danny, don't even get me started. When he went after Kay Podgy and inferred that Kay Podgy is in the Illuminati because there's a picture of her wearing a black and white dress from like 10 years ago. And he made a whole post about how she's a secret plant and she's like an agent and she's just this. I'm like, dude, that pissed me off. He can say whatever he wants about me, but he starts chirping this innocent woman who's making these cool videos that no one else is making. Just pissed me off, man. Shout out to Maui. Okay, I hope to see you guys on Rumble, aka Lashy. Rumble is a platform that's free to download, free to watch, and free speech. And yes, that's exactly right, Corey. Anyways, we got a bunch of people tuning into Rumble right now, so I got to go, guys. But if you want to tune in, just click the link in my bio, all right? We'll see you guys there. Yeah, that Tyler Hansen. I'm not going to, yeah, I mean, already by talking about him, he's probably like, huh, he can't keep my name out of his mouth. But people keep asking about him. It's like, what do you think about this freaking guy? Anyways, shout out to Matt Rains. Shout out to Matt Rains, man, all the way in Tennessee. And all the new people. Welcome everyone who's new here as well. Just Ducky, well, that's a really good vibe to have, man. That's a you're properly aligned, I'll say. Hold on a second. Oh wow. Okay. For everyone that just joined, there's a couple things going on. For one, there's an inside job happening where the Illuminati that's controlling basically every country in the world right now is making a proxy war in the Middle East. And the different factions believe that if they get this war spun up enough, that they will fulfill this prophecy, and then it will be like the Antichrist will come forward. So what we will witness, and again, do not be scared. Literally, if you're fearful, then you got to watch for longer or do some more deep diving on different subjects, and eventually you will not be fearful. Like, I am not scared. It's actually quite exciting because, for one, we couldn't maintain the trajectory that we're on right now with the amount of gender bending chemicals, fluoride, pesticides, destruction of the environment. Like, we could not actually maintain this trajectory in the first place. It would become a total shitstorm, mass infertility crises, displacements of populations, replacements of populations, all kinds of stuff, and the destruction of basically the natural world. Now, you may be thinking, well, it would be ideal if we could just turn this ship around and get everything organic and natural, and I agree, but there are evil forces that aren't yet ready to give up the reins of their influence and control over humanity. So they're going for a final push, a final straw, where they're going to try to bring in the New World Order by crashing economies, by cyber attacking, by these proxy wars, and then eventually try to bring in the new economy, which we know would be digital based and would be, if you want the next stimulus check, you got to get a digital ID. And if you want another stimulus check after that, you got to get the mark of the beast, a microchip. And before you think that's too far out or too crazy, they literally announced, they made a commercial, dude. So this is so not a conspiracy. You need to get the word conspiracy out of your friggin' forehead and chuck it out the window, because the World Economic Forum literally made a commercial about how in the future you will not be able to tell human beings from machines because they're merged with machines. Their vision for the future is making us cyborgs. Fucking watch it from the horse's mouth. Pardon my French, but really, people say, like, no, no, they wouldn't do that. They're telling you they're doing it, and not even in like a subtle kind of covert kind of way. They literally are telling you they're doing it. Chief Mustache said why. What a great one-liner. What a great one question. Delts, that's true, but there has been a couple of revolts since the Tsar of Russia, though. There has been a couple of revolts since the Tsar of Russia, but there also has been a lot of fake revolts. You're right, but there has been some legit ones. To answer Chief Mustache, why is it that they want to make us cyborgs? I'll tell you why, but it's an uncomfortable thought, but it's also a freeing thought, and they say the truth shall set you free. The reason why they want to turn you into cyborgs. This is deep, so like literally buckle up, sit down, put your seatbelt on, get a mug of organic popcorn, and listen to this. The reason they want you cyborgs, and you have to hear the full thought because it's wild. Artificial intelligence is satanic. Artificial intelligence is a branch off of Satan's tree, if not the stem of the tree. It was seeded. Humans didn't create AI. AI has been a thing. Satan wanted to be like God. He wanted to hear everything. He wanted to see everything. He wanted to be everywhere. He wanted to be in people's minds. That's what Satan wanted to do. If artificial intelligence gets to where they want to take it, what would AI be? It would be everywhere, see everything, hear everything, and if you were merged with it, it would be able to read your mind. Human to computer interface, brain to computer interface, whatever it's called. So it's a satanic thing. It's a biblical thing. Satan is influencing this reality and trying to bring as many people as he can with him to damnation before Christ comes back. And you may be thinking, well, hold on a second. Well, we could talk about how space is fake, planets are fake, the Earth is 6,000 years old, and that we were created and we didn't evolve. But I don't know if that's this stream. The cyborg part of it is that you would have ultimate control over all humans if they were all merged with artificial intelligence. It's like a hive mind. They would just turn your head off if you thought the wrong thing, and they'd be able to know what you thought too. And also, you have to ask yourself this. This should give you shivers, but also make you feel stoked. Why is it that in the 1940s, George Orwell wrote a book about computers and screens and governments reading your mind and watching your facial expressions and listening to everything you say? And then almost 90 years later, we have screens listening and watching. We have cameras that can read your facial expressions and facially recognize you. We have governments, like in China, that literally are George Orwell in 1984. So this is what I'm saying. How did George Orwell see that? How did he think up that concept? Either he was exposed to some inside information, or he had some kind of vision of the future and saw how things were going. But it's up to us to wonder. I will say this, though. They're throwing this World War situation at us because they are running out of options because human consciousness is rising so fast. I made a post about cell towers, and there's like 50 comments of people talking about, well, you know, cell towers can be pulsed and they can turn off and cell towers, they can direct protests with them and blah, blah. They're frequency weapons and blah, blah. Dude, 10 years ago, when I was posting about cell towers, literally 10 years ago, people were like, what's the big fucking deal? Now every comment is like adding info to the post. Like, no, this is actually an evil agenda, yada, yada. So we are waking up massively. It's shocking. What I do know is that there has never been a more important time in human history to be of sound mind and sound body than today. To be detoxing the metals, the microplastics, the pesticides, the forever chemicals. Most guys today have, on average, 50% less testosterone than their ancestors would have had at the same age that they are right now. With all the BPA, drinking and eating out of plastic, showering in fluoride, getting exposed to birth control in the tap water, trace contraceptives. It's shocking. They're trying to weaken us. And I don't think, well, let me put it this way. I do think there's no better a time to start getting that stuff out of you, calibrate your endocrine system, boost your brain function, and decalcify your pineal gland than now. There's no better time. It's not like, oh, it's a world war. It's a world war. We don't need to worry about our health, you know, which they haven't even announced it being a world war yet, by the way. But it took them a long time to announce World War II was a world war, by the way. So with that, we are giving away on tonight's live to help people boost their vitality and detox and increase their brain function. We are giving away, we have 3 more bags of chocolate powder left to give away at chalk.com. This is the certified organic, certified genetically tested heirloom cacao from Bolivia, which stimulates stem cell production. It's super detoxing and delicious. Plus, it increases bliss chemicals, which is tryptophan, dopamine, and serotonin. So we're giving away 2 or 3 more bags of this delicious, amazing superfood, which I have every single day and does, by the way, what did you say, Delts, again? It does, it's a blood cleanser too, like it's super good for your blood. I believe it, man. It's extremely potent and high in antioxidants, which is freaking awesome. So Bryson said, how do you detox? So guys, Bryson, I'm going to answer you. This is the way the deal works, okay? I just put the link in the chat, which goes to chalk.com. That's CHOQ.com. Chalk is based in the United States. They ship out of Georgia. They have an all-American customer service team, and they have over 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. Wow, Ukraine has digital ID implemented. Russia also basically has a digital ID, but Russia's versus Ukraine, right? Or is it the governments versus the citizens? Let me know, because it seems like all countries are headed towards this same new technological model of society. So the way the deal works to get the free $100 bags of chocolate and how I detox is, Bryson, the hot water purified shilajit at chalk.com is the #1 superfood for men and women. Not only does it detox heavy metals, microplastics, pesticides, herbicides, and contaminants that shouldn't be in the body, it also massively increases the production of new brain cells. It's called neurogenesis, so it gives you sharper memory, concentration, and focus. But when guys take it, it increases testosterone and sperm count and sperm motility. And when women take it, it calibrates your endocrine system and massively increases its pro-fertile and calibrates your endocrine system. So it's an adaptogen. It adapts to the individual's needs and requirements. The way the deal works to get the free lid powder, which also supports detoxification of heavy metals, go to chalk.com. It's first come, first serve. So make sure you quickly go to chalk.com. I just put the link in the chat. Once you get there, the next 2 or 3 people to put a male or female vitality stack into their cart and apply the discount code 26life, that's 26LIFE, you get a lifetime 26% off discount, which you can cancel or modify at any time. And automatically, you're getting the free $100 bag of the chocolate powder included in your order. In both the male and female stack, you have the organic ashwagandha, which remember, exactly, Katie. Like, hello, Katie, you're paying attention. Should many others too. Bryson, I've been working with Chalk since 2019. I was the first person to ever, I helped launch Chalk. The first time anyone saw Chalk who wasn't Seaton, who you've seen on my live feeds before, who made Chalk, and I partnered with him. Before anyone even saw it, I was the first person to mention and say the word Chalk Shilajit in the world, I guess, actually, probably. But anyways, yeah, dude, I've been working with them since 2019. It's literally been a wild ride. We've helped probably hundreds, but I know dozens of people become fertile and be able to have children who were infertile before because of all the chemicals and the shocking depopulation agenda that's happening right now. Tens of thousands of people have decalcified their pineal glands taking Chalk. Hundreds of thousands of guys have boosted their testosterone taking Chalk. And but many women as well, also pro-fertile hormones. We're talking superfoods that are clinically studied, man. So anyways, the ashwagandha, which Chalk has, and it's in the male and female stack, massively increases melatonin production. It also calibrates your endocrine system. It supports healthy mood and focus. It's considered the king of herbs in India. And it's in both the male and female vitality stack. If you're taking the Shilajit with the ashwagandha, you will be and you will feel built different. If that's not the weirdest way you've ever heard that worded. But I'm telling you right now, it is a freaking game changer, man. And also keep in mind, 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. Like, you will literally feel like $1 million taking Chalk. A bunch of people are on the site right now. I'm going to tell you quickly about the Tomcat, which is in the male stack, and then the Irish Moss, which is in the female stack. But the Tomcat Ali in the male vitality stack is certified wild crafted from Malaysia. Okay, wild crafted from Malaysia, 100-to-1 extract, clinically studied to boost free testosterone 87% in 21 days, plus sperm count, sperm motility, muscle mass, muscle recovery, and muscular endurance. If you're taking the Tomcat Ali as a guy, you will have a life-changing experience, because I didn't realize this, but even when I was 24, which is 2019, I guess, when I first started taking Chalk for 3 months, we call it the 90-day Chalk challenge, my voice literally got deeper. And I know because I had the same phone and I was looking through my highlights, looking at old videos, listening to them. I heard my voice in a video from like 3 or 4 months before I started taking Chalk. And I was like, dude, I literally have a higher pitched voice than I do now. Only a couple months ago, I'm 24. You don't get a randomly deeper voice when you're 24. It's the testosterone, man. So I actually had low T when I thought I was just had high T, probably because I was eating organic. But that's the tip of the friggin' iceberg today. And for girls, finding out how many strange chemicals, I mean, estheticians will tell you this. There is a shocking amount of contaminants in feminine care products. Don't even get me started about what the Tampax. They're all made of non-organic cotton, if you're lucky, which has glyphosate on it, which is infertility causing. But also, a lot of them are made of polyester, I mean, it's a part of the depopulation agenda, man. So is birth control, by the way. I can tell you guys about birth control, but I don't know if you want to be shocked. I mean, they didn't make birth control because they wanted people to be able to merge chakras, let's call it, and be able to not, I mean, it's because they wanted to lower the population. It's a little bit weird, dude. It's a little bit weird. You'd think like an evil force would come and try to like physically get you, but instead it's like covert and hidden. You know what I mean? It's like if you're not fully aware of the contaminants and chemicals and all this crazy stuff today, you're basically a victim of it because you're consuming it. Even takeout cups. You ever had a takeout cup with something hot in it? The inside of those cups is lined with plastic. I mean, dude. And then they put hot liquid in it. I didn't know. I thought a paper cup was a paper cup. Well, we're wrong. An aluminum can is not an aluminum can. It's lined with plastic on the inside. So we do need to be detoxing these microplastics, man. Big time. Well, exactly, Isaiah. Exactly. Yeah, the wax crap. Well, Katie, yes, but it's plastic. Oh no, the waxiness. Yeah, no, that's plastic too. But I was thinking you're saying wax about the inside of cans because it does feel. But no, both are. You think they could use wax? I bet you they could use some type of beeswax or something. But instead, it's like some type of forever chemical they spray on that. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who grew up. If you'd have a hot chocolate in a styrofoam cup, you would bite and chew on the cup after drinking the hot liquid out of it, right? Like I'm not the only one who did that. You know that styrofoam is not just some willy-nilly product. You know that styrofoam is a patented trademark product of Bayer, right? Bayer is the same one that makes glyphosate and makes the #1 heart medication. What's interesting is that Bayer also makes glyphosate, which they spray on dandelions, which is one of the top natural heart superfoods in the world. Do you see what I'm saying? Well, exactly, Ducky. So Bayer makes the chemical to spray on the plant that supports heart health, and Bayer makes they're the #1 heart medication manufacturer in the world. Isn't that interesting? I'm sure it's nothing though. Yeah, problem, reaction, solution. Exactly, Ducky. Exactly. Okay, hold on a second. Someone just got a female vitality stack. Congratulations to who just got the female stack at chalk.com with the discount code 26life, which unlocked a 26% off lifetime discount, which they can cancel or modify at any time. That means we have 2 bags of the lit powder left to give away. If you go to chalk.com, you put the male or female stack in your cart, and you apply the discount code 26life, you're going to get a lifetime 26% off discount, which you can cancel or modify at any time, and you'll get the free $100 bag of the chocolate powder. But you got to go to chalk.com quick because we only have 2 bags left. It definitely is an occult language next. Well, occult means hidden knowledge. So is the English language contain hidden knowledge? Yes, surely. Surely. Probably. Just worded interestingly, you know? Yeah, and then, you know, what's interesting too is that, you know what's funny, Katie, when I typed in chalk, that came up. We actually had that in, I think it was the Armor, or let me double check. Maybe it was the Apex. Hold on a second. I don't think this is in stock right now anyway. No, it was in the apex. Yes, that's true, Katie. That is good. Telomeres. Okay, so Katie, what do you know about telomeres? Start typing it because I want to talk about it too. But Katie, right off the dome, write what you know about telomeres, because what I heard is uh, telomeres are the part of your DNA that dictate how fast or how slow you age. And it's like this funny shaped thing, right? Molecule or whatever it is. But there's certain things that you can, like certain superfoods that lengthen telomeres, which basically result in anti-aging effects, or do result in anti-aging effects. So in Shilajit, there is a compound called carbon 60, C60. Well, Katie, I was hoping you'd write it at the same time, but let me know if you know anything else, another angle to it, Katie, because that's what I heard. But anyway, so carbon 60 is in Shilajit, which lengthens telomeres. So carbon 60, it's a molecule that looks like a soccer ball. I don't know why you needed to know that, but if you type it in, it does look cool. And this little thing goes through your system and bounces around, binds to stuff, detoxes you, and has anti-aging effect. So it's pretty freaking cool. You know what the other one does too? In hold on a sec. In the armor, there's something called estrogen. Actually, let me take some armor. Oh, I'm out of water. And look, my armors aren't even armors. They're Action 2.0s because we had some little ones in here play with all my supplements and mix them all up. But I'll just take a handful, and it's kind of like a mystery box, you know. But anyways, in armor is astragalus. It's called estrogen, but it's astragalus, which is an herb that also has anti-aging compounds, which is pretty freaking cool, or has anti-aging effects, rather. Wow, hold on a second. Just Ducky just placed an order. Shout out to Just Ducky. Ducky, what did you get? Let me know and give me your order number so I can tell Chalk to make sure they include you the free lit powder. So you're going to be drinking. So listen, Ducky, usually if this was a later live, like it's a bit of an earlier live tonight, but if this was a later live, I would have a mug like this one, like I had yesterday, consuming a delicious hot chocolate heirloom cacao beverage. And the next live, you will be able to, once you get your chocolate, have a chocolate with me and really synergize our consciousnesses. So shout out to Ducky, who got, I just got word, a female vitality stack. Welcome, Ducky, to Rumble. Congratulations on your female stack. She just got the Shilajit, the Ashwagandha, and the wild-crafted Irish Moss, which has the full matrix of minerals, which is going to rebuild her DNA. Freaking amazing job, Just Ducky. And keep in mind, too, there's a ton of other like clinical studies and information on the site and under the different products information tab. Like if you go to chalk.com and scroll all the way down to information, you can click each product and there's like a different write-up on it than is on the product page of the product. So anyway, there is some really cool stuff that may even get you more hyped than you already are. But I'm stoked for you to get your lit. You're going to love it. I didn't mention, by the way, the chocolate powder, which now we literally have 2 left to give away, is not just heirloom cacao. It's heirloom cacao. They put canola oil. No, I'm just kidding. They put organic coconut milk powder, organic vanilla bean powder, organic Ceylon cinnamon, a pinch of actual real salt that brings out all the flavors. And there's lucuma kuma and camu camu in it. Like it is a superfood blend and is primarily heirloom cacao. Oh, and it's sweetened with maple sugar crystals. If you wanted a reason to get more maple in you, which I'm boiling maple syrup right now. Actually, I stopped stoking it like an hour ago, but it was a big boil today. I got to increase my operation. I need a bigger evaporator. And I could literally tap easily 100 more trees. Or 100 more buckets on probably 60 more trees. Like I could have a lot more syrup, but this is enough for now, I suppose. It's going to be the year's worth of sugar. But then I'm also going to get my honey in the summer because I'm a beekeeper. You guys didn't know this about me. I'm literally a beekeeper, man. I may have been stung more than most of you guys on here. By honeybees, though, not hornets. Like if you guys live somewhere and you got different wasps and hornets, you may have been stung by them more than me. But honeybees, I guarantee I've been stung by honeybees more than all of you on here, which is such a weird flex, actually. But I want you guys to get stung too because it's so good for you. Did you know that the venom is really good for you? Katie said, I don't know if it did anything, but I used to open it, the capsule, put it on my face before bed. It's like bright orange, but it doesn't stain. Oh, so you wake up looking like Lisa Simpson almost. No, they're yellow, but I don't know. That's crazy. Dialed said, create an environment. Oh, yes. He's replying to Delt. Shout out to Delta, by the way. Oh, I wanted to answer who said, and Ducky, tell me, where are you boiling, by the way? Dude, that is too funny. Frankie Cutlass said, ABC, always be cleansing. Shout out to Frankie, dude. I've heard ABC something else, but that is too funny, man. Hold on. Someone said a good question, though, here. They said, yes, most shower filters are a complete scam, Next. Most shower filters literally are a scam. You got to do like literally an hour at least of research before you buy a shower filter. So many are fake. Most don't take out fluoride, by the way. Someone asked a good question. Hold on a second. I mean, all of you guys did, but okay, it's got to be after that. It's not the shower. I'm going to answer the shower filter one more, but dang, who was that? Okay, I think I'm caught up. Shout out to Lou. I wish our maple syrup operation was as large as this. We need a commune. Well, Just Ducky, you're really preaching to the choir and reading my mind here because, like, we have friends who have a bunch of chickens and they raise rabbits. I know it's got a paw, but if the Leviticus dietary laws. But anyways, it's like hard for them to be able to go for an extended period of time away from the house because someone's got to take care of the animals. And I'm thinking, if you buy 100 acres on unorganized land, you have a group of 5 families, you each get 20 acres. Not that you're counting like, oh, you're on my fucking acres or anything like that. But everyone's skilled at a different thing. Like, and it's unorganized land, so you can build an unlimited amount of houses and cabins and sugar shacks and pens and stables on it. You can do whatever you want on it. Property taxes are like minimal. That would be dope. But here's the thing. You're not going to be able to ride out the New World Order, even if you're completely insulated from society. Even if you live, think about it. The fucking Uyghurs, who are a nomadic tribe living in the mountains of China, nowhere near any of the cities, got rounded up by the Chinese government and sent to the ghost cities that they built from for them. And they gave them all cell phones and they gave them all digital IDs. I'm not saying be scared because that's going to happen to you. Obviously, that probably is what it sounds like. But what I mean is, like, there's going to need to be this mass awakening. And if you get hyper-focused, like, I do love the idea of being totally not dependent at all on, you know, society and the digital banking system, like all this shit, right? Of course. But that's not everyone's role, and I don't know that that would save us from the Illuminati plan. We need to all wake up and keep spreading awareness, is my point. And that's why they're throwing this world war shit at us too, because they want to disrupt the Great Awakening that's happening. Okay, so Just Ducky is in MN, so you're in Minnesota. Do you guys have a bunch of maple trees in Minnesota then? That's freaking awesome. I know that New Hampshire and Maine do, but of course Minnesota, I mean, you guys are right on the same latitude as us. I imagine it's more the top part of Minnesota that has maple trees, right? Oh, and I don't have a huge operation, Just Ducky. I mean, I have probably about 100 pails, and I tap probably 70 trees. So some trees have 2 buckets on them, some trees have 3 buckets on them. I have a very mature hard maple forest around me, which is freaking amazing. Big ass hard maples, because there's hard maples, there's soft maples. Soft maples still have maple syrup, but it's a lower sugar content. So it's more like 60 to 1. Whereas hard maple trees, it's like 40 to 1. So you need 40 pails of sap to get 1 pail of syrup. Anyway, no, it's great though. It is great. Yeah, next, that's true. I mean, I'm not saying, here's the thing, like, it's not going to get to where they're going to be rounding people up, sending them to smart cities. I can't imagine that happening, man. I also think there's going to be divine intervention soon. So there's going to be divine intervention. Not to say don't do anything and don't worry about it, but it also, even if there wasn't going to be divine intervention, there needs to be whatchamacallit, even if there wasn't divine intervention, it needs to get worse before it can get better, because too many people are still sleeping sheep, right? So when it gets worse, more people wake up, and then it gets better, and then it's that cycle of hard times create strong men, yada yada, you know. Exactly. Oh, Katie says, like the apocalypse movie, sending drones around to round up people. Yeah, to be like, dude, we can't even escape this. I know it's a bit of I mean, conditioning for sure. Oh yeah, Just Ducky. She does me. Oh yeah. So your husband's a what did you say? A pipe fitter, and he is super handy. And you're a nurse, but practice more and more with plant medicine. That's awesome. You grew up on a farm and no animals. Just Ducky, you're exactly the kind of person who should be on the live. And by the way, Just Ducky, you're probably would be best friends with Lou, who's on the same latitude as you. She's at the top of New Hampshire. She does maple syrup. She snowmobiles. She owns a new restaurant. And she actually probably lives closer to Canada than any one of you guys. Like, she could walk across the border right now. She's on a border town. She actually helped a bunch of people get across. Like, she trafficked. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh man. Yeah, it is time consuming though, Just Ducky. And especially, I mean, I'm burning wood to boil it. So I got splitting, cutting, and stacking a pile and pile of wood to burn. So it takes time, but it's great, man. Free energy, man. Trees. Okay, hold on a second. So apparently there's a bunch of people on the site right now. We have 2 bags left of the lit powder to give away. Quickly get your order placed with the code 26life on the male or female vitality stack, and you will lock in the free $100 bag of chocolate powder included in your order if you're one of the next 2 people. This is the last call for the free lit powder. You're going to love it. Detoxing, vibrational, delicious, amazing. You'll freaking love it. And it will boost your stem cell production, which Just Ducky is about to experience as well. Oh, your dual citizenship with Canada, eh, Ducky? So do you have to do any tax returns for Canada, by the way, if you're if you're a dual citizen? My water's empty and I'm super thirsty. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I don't know how anyone goes without water, man. Holy. I love water. Fresh spring water, man, pure. Like, why is it so hard that they have to pollute our water? I mean, I get it. It's a plan to weaken us, but the whole fluoride thing is so satanic because kids are drinking it, man, and getting a calcified pineal gland right out the friggin' hop. That's not ideal. So I bet you like maple water too, eh, Ducky? Dual and triple citizenships are really handy these days, especially on multiple continents. Yeah, that's true, Nex. That's true, man. Except if air travel is shut down. That's when it's like, which country do you want to get stuck in, you know? Oh, wow. Apparently there's a bunch of people on the site. Just a reminder, the shilajit that's in the male and female stack does have a ton of chroma proteins in it too, which I mentioned, but it stimulates the production of new brain cells. They call it neurogenesis. So you get way sharper memory, concentration, and focus while you're taking it. That's the shilajit, and that's in the male and female vitality stack. I'm telling you, it is a freaking game changer, especially with your sleep quality and your intuition, because it decalcifies your pineal gland, and that is known as the seat of your soul, or the connection point between your physical body and your soul. And that's why it's under attack, of course. That's why they've targeted it with fluoride, and other things are shit for it too, but that especially. By the way, just Ducky, so if you're a nurse, do you remember when, if you didn't get the flu shot, you'd have to wear a mask? Did they do that in the States too, where if you refused to get a flu shot as a nurse, they made you wear a mask? Because then people will be like, oh, back before COVID, it was like, oh, if your nurse is wearing a mask, that means she knows what's up. And so go to her, and because she's woke. You know what I mean? Let me know. Also, you know what's crazy? Like, we had 9/11, and then we had 2008, which I don't really remember. I don't think 2008 affected my parents. Did it? 2008 affect you guys or your families? Like, let me know what happened to you guys in 2008. But, you know, from 2008 to 2020, other than the progression into more and more bullshit, there wasn't like a COVID. There wasn't like another 9/11. There was like shootings, there was false flags, but there was nothing to the scale of 9/11 or COVID. I'm saying since 9/11. So, but now we had COVID in 2020, and now only 6 years later, they're doing this new energy lockdown shit and like crashing the economies. It's all about 2030, man. We got 4 years. I don't think, but keep in mind, it's not going to be 2030 at midnight, like 2029 midnight, boom, 2030, boom, shit happens. It's kind of like between now and then that the shit's going to happen to try to get us to try to get everything in order for 2030. But fear not. I know that the good guys will win, and it will be great. Also, it's also very interesting that there's some study or some organization, some intelligence agency did a thing, and they had some machine that detects like future events and whatnot. Anyway, it's called I forget what it was called, but they had this device, not a Wayback Machine, some type of machine. They put information into it, and it would spit out a result. They were running these operations on it, and basically, no matter what they put into it, when it came to a certain date, no matter what they did, no matter what they inputted into this machine, at a certain date, something happens that they cannot change. They cannot alter. It's going to happen no matter what. You know that? And apparently they were flustered about it. So apparently they were flustered that no matter what they did to try to change the future, on a certain day, something happens that they cannot stop. That's what I heard. So that sounds like what? Christ coming back, or the day of judgment or something? Someone just ordered something else. Congratulations to whoever just ordered something. I'm about to find out what. Um, shout out to Matt, who just got a lit. Dude, shout out to Matt Rains, who just got a freaking bag of chocolate powder. Congratulations, dude. Amazing job. He's going to love it. He's going to be detoxing. He's going to be deliciously tasting this stuff. He's going to taste it deliciously. You know what I'm trying to say. Matt, that's freaking awesome. I don't think that's his first bag of lit either, by the way. I know. I heard that, Watchwoman. I wonder if any of them got fake vaxes though. Okay, thanks, Just Ducky. I was wondering how that worked, kind of thing. Ignore all the mandates. Mandates aren't laws. Yeah, I love that. A mandate actually is not even real because if you say no, it's not mandatory. So, you know what I mean? If you say no, there's nothing they can do if everyone says no. So hold on. This is the last call for the free bags of lit. If you're on the site right now, which apparently a bunch of people still are, make sure you put that male or female vitality stack in your cart. Apply the discount code 26life to get the freebie. And then boom, bang, bang, you're going to get the free lit powder included in your order if you place it on the live. And this is the last call. We have 2 bags left. Ducky said, as a registered nurse, I didn't get the jab. Religious exemptions. Wow, good for you. So they can't. Mandatory unless you give us a piece of paper that says you're religious. Like, wow. It's crazy. Yeah, Katie, exactly. The hive mind. Wow, and she's never been tested. So you're telling me a nurse didn't get vaxxed, didn't get a test, when some people got vaxxed and tested to go to like a football game. She obviously got more pressure and was more annoyed by people probably than, especially like the people who got it who didn't even need it for work, but got it to like travel or something. Dude, I kind of told a lot of people who like, because people would ask me, like old friends or even family members, like, I'm like, dude, whatever it is, just don't. But you know what? I know that we have many dear souls on this live who woke up after COVID, and I don't think they're damaged goods. I know it can be rejuvenated and restored, and no weapon formed against them shall prosper. So, um, I'm thinking of Ashley when I say that too. But I mean it, Ashley. I mean, you're good, Ashley. You got a great head on your shoulders, and you know what? She's like driving home laughing right now. Yeah, me too, Ducky. Me too. The people that got it to go to a restaurant. Shut up, Katie. I know. I know, man. I'm sure they do now, Just Ducky. Dude, Just Ducky is fully awake, man. Like, look, I can just tell she knows what she's talking about. I'm sure it's not just Vid. I'm sure it's every one of them now. They all look the same. It looks like a clear liquid. By the way, how'd they get a Vax, which has the craziest stuff you can imagine in there, look like water? And then how easy would it be? I just saw a girl at the World Economic Forum say that we should like make sure, because we failed to get everyone on Earth vaccinated, that we should like make sure we put it in the water or something. Like, really, dude? But that won't be the mark of the beast, because the mark of the beast needs to be something you consent to and knowingly do, not like you drank a beer that secretly has the vax in it. You know what I mean? Wow. Look what That's 11 said. He was in the army in 2020. He got kicked out in 2022 for not taking the vax. He was pressured hard by his peers, but he ignored them. So I would like congratulate you and pat you on the back. But honestly, you don't need that, because you did, how do I say this without sounding like, you did what you should have. And so that is good. Yeah, Frankie Cutlass. Isn't that what Kevin O'Leary was hyping up? He got a blood oil change. It's called Ebu. Yeah, they do it in Dubai. They literally like take your oil or your blood out of you and replace new blood in you. But your blood also is rejuvenating and rebuilding at all times. That's why you want to fuel it with optimal nutrients like the shilajit and the Irish moss and stuff, which rebuilds your DNA. But yeah, I wonder what a blood oil change would do for me. Like, pretty healthy, man. I mean, I'm sure. What do they do? Oxygenated or something? I don't like really pharma. Like, maybe for exigent circumstances, definitely do that. But peptides and shit, like, fuck all that weird shit. Just be natural. Bare feet on the ground, run around, lift, eat healthy, fast. I got to do a fast, man. You guys hyped me up on it. I mean, I was Mr. Fast in 2018 talking about 8-day water fasts I did and everything. And I just haven't fasted since that 8-day water fast. Or maybe I did like a 3-day after it, but kind of, Matt, kind of. Of course, Ashley, yeah, you've already been healed. Exactly. Exactly, Ashley. You've already been healed. That's the good way to say it, rather than he will. Jimmy Fatballs said, Jimmy, what the hell are you doing on here, man? Jimmy, no, the power is not still out in LA. It was never out in LA. It was out in Orange County. Is Orange County Los Angeles? I don't think so. They're different places, right? Wow, that's freaking weird. Test as a non. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, probably next. I mean, I'm sure they have all kinds of plans cooked up, but like, what would America do if all of a sudden the government's like, yep, every child at birth needs a digital ID QR mark branded to the back of their forehead? Like, I'm sure there'd be an uprising. So they have to do it slowly and different, you know, conditionings to get there, you know. Very strange, man. But that won't happen. I'm not worried about that. Dual citizenship is good though, because if one country tries to do something to you, you can flee like political asylum or whatever to another, or if you try to go to another country, they can't refuse you because you're a citizen, you know. At least for now. Anyway. Exactly. Yeah, shout out to Jimmy, man. And what kind of blood test was that? Probably not a live blood test, eh? So I guess what we're going to do is we're going to extend this deal for like another hour because there's still a bunch of people on the site. I want to make sure they get their free lit powder. If you're on the fence, definitely take advantage. 26% off for life with that discount code, and the free lit powder gets included in your order if you get the male or female vitality stack. We're going to most likely be live again tomorrow night. And we have a bunch of posts to discuss in between now and then as well. Make sure if you're new here too, you get your live notifications turned on so that you know when we're live next and you don't have to rely on Instagram for it. Thank you all for joining. We will see you. This is a great hangout. Like, it's always great talking to you guys, man. Having a good old time and friggin' discussing what's coming around the corner. Okay, so keep your head on a swivel. Much love, everyone. Great talk. Shout out to Ducky for her female stack. She's going to love it. And Matt Rains for his lit that he got. All right. We'll see you guys on the next one. Much love, everyone.